Hi everybody, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. I totally forgot to just have my churros real quick before getting on. So it's okay. You're just gonna be polite and I'm gonna be politely hungry for some churros. So give me a second. They sort of suck because they're stale now. You know, they're just like, they're not warm or crispy in the slightest, but I'm still eating them. Liberty Tarot. Hey, I was just recapping on the previous reading, and I was like, that was a good reading. I'm glad I did that. You know, you gotta be thankful sometimes for certain things that like wake you up. It tells you what to do. They're prompts. It's like a real life teleprompter, you know. Anyway, hope your day is good. Okay. Alrighty. Spirit, what do you want to talk about today? Angels of light and love. I call upon you to direct and protect these messages. I forgot to do the candle reading from this morning's reading. Give me a second. So, you know, I know that, you know, some of the things that I say, like, seem like bottomless bullshit, but there's also bottomless blessings, like, so I think that's our takeaway, you know, usually on a norm. So, not to worry, not to fret, okay? What was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah, today, I decided to wear this, right? So something that I'm like super comfortable in with my skirts, right? And like I didn't have much time. I had like what 5 or 10 minutes to like take a shower, get ready, blah blah blah, like haul ass. And so I'm like, I'm gonna wear something that I feel good in, that I look good in, that most importantly that I'm comfortable in, because I'm entitled to like knocking down all three if at all possible, especially when I have very little sleep, given the circumstance, and that I present my energy not just based on how, you know, the physical aspects. So anyway, today I learned, I gave it several chances, people. I really did. With certain people, they're just like, they're not in their best self energy. They're not in their best skins. They might present themselves physically that way, but honestly, it's like, you must be covering some heavy bullshit. Let me tell you. Like, I gotta tell you. Somebody's gotta tell you. There are people that, I presented myself in various ways. Like, I am a fucking chameleon. So, I present myself in very many ways of professionalism. New school, old school, whatever school. I presented myself professionally. And yet some people are just resistant on accepting me. They won't even look at me in the face. They won't look at me in the eyes when I greet them. They pretend like I'm not there. And to see that against a peer is one thing. To see that against a title is another. It's crazy. So, sometimes I kind of attribute that like easily to like, oh, maybe it's just the city I work in. Maybe it's the city I live in. Maybe it's the city, People say that like those who live around the equator, like closely around the equator, get the most strife, like because of the weather is like, so intense, so unforgiving. And part of that really dictates your day, your environment, right? And when you normalize intensities, you don't really see what kind of impact it has on your being. How adjusting, how do I say it? Because adjusting and adapting are kind of I guess adaptation you're forced to, and adjustment is something that there's an implied will in it, like you have a choice to adjust, but to adapt you must. So we're looking at those themes here, and I think that's partly what we're going to be talking about today, as it turns out. But yeah, it's just a shocker to me, because I'm like, somebody within your, not just your position, but within your, dude, I can't even say, because it's like, I can't say. But, it's just a huge disappointment. I'm like, you're supposed to be the representative of, what's acceptable here. And if you are going to normalize from your position that kind of behavior, do you understand what it would be like to have the tables turned on you? How much of an injustice you would feel? Maybe you've never been there before, right? Maybe you're just on this super high horse. It's crazy to me how blatantly irresponsible people are within their positions. So, part of me thinks like, I'm so ready to prejudge like they are, Were you gifted this position? Or did you actually earn it? How did you earn it, So, anyway, those are just things that people tend to do, right? And I'm not, like, those are just examples of what I'm giving. I don't really think in those terms. I kind of have to force myself to be just as mean and irresponsible, Just think about what is that like? Does it feel good? I bet it doesn't. So, it's like giving me a headache. So let's go ahead and burn some sage here. Let's cleanse this shit. Okay. I found my, I've been finding purposes for my koozies. I'm like, where, like that, bottomless sock drawer of single socks, like, there's one for koozies. There's got to be somewhere with like next to the bucket of missing, like, of collective keychains from certain periods of our lives. So orange is the new black. Yeah. Look. Yeah, it's just, what am I gonna say? Who knows? Okay, angels of love and light. What do you want to say? What are we going to talk about? Because I feel like that's part of the Okay. We have what turned up. The Six of Cups facing the Prince of Pentacles. So that's the Knight of Pentacles. Slow moving to, it's a process of appreciating our relationships. I was gonna tell you, like, oh, I threw my pie for you. I know this is dirty. I know. Don't worry about it. It's just supposed to protect my decks. So, but yeah, it's a process of, what, 10 of Wands. Like, it's such a huge responsibility, that, and so it does take time to, show up for relationships, like, accordingly. Like, we're from the same team, aren't we? We're from the same entity, right? We do have the same goals in mind, right? We all want to see each other succeed, and that's the key ingredient, for us to grow, as a collective. That you understand, right? I mean, that's the core, like, competency, the core energy, the fuel that you learn within your position, right? I mean, they didn't have to tell you that, but I'm pretty sure that they kind of told you that several times within the lessons, just at different angles, And so, I don't know. It just shocks me sometimes. So, give me a second. You like my napkin? It teaches me. Sorry if you saw anything. It teaches me not to give too much weight to people just because they hold a title or a certain tenure with a organization, any kind of grouping. Just to understand that, like, I'm a person too. And yeah, just to remember, like, if people identify themselves that way, let them be. Let them be. Because we don't need to alchemize. We don't need to celebrate together, or even pretend to celebrate together. I can be in the same room with you, but I'm not hungry to how do I say it? To consume your energy. You want to be foul? Be foul. I don't want to breathe your air, okay? It's okay. I'll stand over there. You stand over there. I can see where you stand. If you feel more comfortable, I don't know. I'm not supposed to engage in the energy that vibes with their comfort level. I just, some things just fall away as a process of elimination. They just kind of root themselves out. And part of this tells me that, like, when I'm I'm already a big person, but when I become someone big enough to be perceived as big in their eyes, they're going to know how they showed their true colors. And there's no changing that up. Like, that's all there is to it. I remember a lot of things. Okay, so we have lust, which is strength. And this lit out, which is the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it's the ability to really push forward, that there's no obstacles here, that there's so much passion, so much drive, that when we encounter such obstacles, we kind of turn the tables and we're like, no, those are your obstacles, not mine, silly. Those are yours. You know that. We're both big kids here. But we should learn how to play nicely with each other. It's insane. I kind of also wore this as a tester to see how different people would treat me based on showing up with my own comfort level within its own context. It's like, I see these people and I'm like, we could totally be best friends. Like I could see it. If we were to like rewind back to like grade school, elementary school level, like I could see myself like really like vibing, like we would be really good friends. You would feel safe with me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But, like, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Like, something must have, like, hit them really hard. Like, okay, let me tell you this, okay? Because this is all relevant. I see, okay, how do I say it? Because I don't want to, like, sound, like, okay, how do I say it? People look at me like I'm the little Asian girl that stole their husband and, divorced them. Like, they ran off and had an affair with this little Asian girl, and, that looked beneath her age. And so, you know what I mean? Like, I'm working off of this example based on the hearsay of my ex's co-workers who also come from the same region. Okay, so this is like upscale realm, and to be like looked at, like there's different ways that I'm looked at. Like, first off, that I don't even want to, like, no, I'm not gonna even go there. But like having to deal with that, like that's the only thing that I can really think of when it comes to why there is such a problem with how certain people see me. So much to the point that even though their position and their title and exactly, like, they should be role modeling for the whole organization, for the whole grouping. The fact that that can't even validate somebody even acknowledging me while I'm like greeting them on several occasions, that is that's insane. Like, I don't know if it's personal experience or some severely embedded racism or some supreme form of jealousy. I don't know what. Like, I just exist, and that is disturbance enough. That's it. I don't have to say shit. That's crazy. People can be crazy. All right, let's just kind of like chill out for a second. We're gonna mellow out. The fact that I can't say very much about this person, or these people, these certain people, says a lot. It's insane. It's insane. And you know, diversity is supposed to be like such a positive thing. The opportunity to learn from each other, to appreciate each other's culture or each other's walks of life, to be able to like understand that because people had a different environment, or you know, that they have a different set of, it's not just a different set of values, you know, that could keep one aloof. This is a different set, like skill set. You should know that. I don't understand. They should cognitively know that. Like, it's a hard fact. They bring us another, not just a different, but another set of values to the table to operate with, like different solutions. Like, anyway, I'm not supposed to go aggro. Here we go. What else do you want to say, Spirit? Oh, that's crazy. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It fell in between. It's in reverse, though. So, okay. Maybe we need to take a U-turn. Like, make a U-turn. This person, or these people, need to make a U-turn and see where that came from. That is the message for them right there. I think they're very pretty, like, they're very concise people. Like, they pride themselves in their one-liners, like that kind of efficiency and just being very direct. Like presenting like cold hard facts. Oh, I'm getting like I don't know why, like brutal daddy energy, like, you know what I mean? Like somebody was yeah, there's something there. I'm not meant to delve into that. That's something that they need to do, like a U-turn on. Like turn around and look back at your history. Because that's not okay. If you had a daughter or just a child that you were raising and they were encountering the same energies, you would do something about that, wouldn't you? You would feel something for that. If that happened at the school, from teacher to a child, you would definitely show up and you would talk to the principal, you would talk to the dean, you would say something, because you know deep inside that that's not right. Okay, so we have the Princess of Spheres, so that's the Page of Pentacles, and the Universe, the World card. Yeah, so that's your token to close out your cycle. Like that's been a long time that you've been acting a certain way, and it's time for you to like look at where you are walking, look at the path that you're paving, because you really are queen status. It's just a matter of being able to humble yourself as a page and look at where you're going, like what you're doing with your pentacle. Because like there's some things to wrestle with that, you know, you have the strength and the abilities, the know-how to do so. Yeah. Okay. And this is like also energy for me to like really look down at where I'm going and understand the space that I consume, that I command, and just strive for balance. Close out old cycles. Okay, what is this? The Hierophant in reverse fell on the Page of Pentacles. So, usually I get like, okay, being non-traditional, like the approach of things, like those type of energies. But for this particular one, because it dominantly fell on the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I'm getting, instead of teaching, this is our moment to learn. Both sides. This is these are learning grounds. So we're talking about classrooms here or something. I forgot how that was referenced, but definitely. Yeah. That's what Spirit's saying. It's like we're going on a field trip, okay? And we're on this bus. And Spirit is like almost like cueing the wheel to be turned. These are both in reverse, by the way. So, like saying like, turn the bus around. Turn the bus around, you know. I'm getting that we're all supposed to arrive there together. Like it might be at different times, you know, like when you reserve a table, some people might drop in a little bit later. And you can create exceptions. But everybody's supposed to show up, you know, especially the key players, like the core ones that are responsible for a collective. Like they were assigned roles, they were trained for it. They are paid for it in advance. That's where the trust level is. So that's what Spirit is saying. I mean, like, that's what it looks like here. Okay, so it fell between the two. Prince of Swords, so that's Knight of Swords. Yeah. So the funny thing about that U-turn is it's an accelerant to closing out cycles, because it fell right in between the Hierophant in reverse, laid over the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and like connected to the universe or the world card in upright. So this is definitely making a U-turn isn't so bad. It's what's called for. to take a look back at our own footsteps, the things that we've left behind. And that's good, cold, hard evidence that hits home. It's very personal. We can't take back those steps. Those are things that were like said, done, carried through. Those were imprints that we left like in the books. And those are things that we're meant to examine. Like you can't not take accountability for what you left behind. Like, those are your feet. The shoe, what is it? The something matches? If the shoe fits, and it does. So, that's an accelerant to closing out our cycles. Okay, bottom of the deck is Prince of Scepters, a page of, Knight of Wands. Again, this is Chariot energy with a single lion, so it's absolute, like, sheer force and, like, knowing what you're doing, where you're going, and, like, just going there confidently. Just, like that luck potion from, Harry Potter, where Harry had to like stop by and talk to Hagrid. That's what that is. It's confidence. It's absolute confidence moving forward. Like, yeah. So it's having the spirit of that, like not knowing how it will all play out, but that something good is going to come out of it. Where are my bananagrams, my dear? Oh, there we go. Bananagrams time. What have we got? Quite a bit. That is A, R, L, T, V, U, E, T, H, I, E, A, E, A, J, and U. Okay. What does it look like? I see Athena. I have June. I have vulture. Okay, I feel like vulture is correct for a spirit animal. Something that we need to look at as far as like what that represents. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that's a long word to have, and to have like two U's and one V, and like just I feel like that's 100%. And Athena, I'm gonna go ahead and spell her out because I feel like that's absolute, because it's she's the goddess of many things, but ultimately of war. So I have 5 letters left in the open here. So Jane, jute. I feel like jute is correct. I think it's plant-based, but it's like binding materials. Like I know that they use it for like weaving and binding when it comes to like furniture, like the natural look. So jute, I really feel like that comes, yeah, I don't know why. Let me see if it belongs anywhere else. No, I think that's where it goes. What else here? Ari or Ria. Those are names. It could be air as well. And there's also Nia, N-I-A. I don't know why I got those two. I got, what is it? What did I say? Ari or Ria or Nia. Huh, that's weird. Okay, but we have air. Sword, suit, thought, energy, our life force, the subject which allows us to regulate, self-regulate our breath, the deep breaths, like it sets a tone before you even speak. Yeah, I feel like that's 100%. So give me a second to just roll on through here. So that is our read for today. That's crazy. Okay. I think that's really it. I feel like I need to get another handful. So you can say, you can go, whatever you like, but we're gonna do another thing because it's just kind of, there's something concerning about this. It's so like warring, so I and then E, A, E, W, Z, I, Q, K, P, E, N, D, E, E. Okay. I have widen. Okay. I don't know if that's the first thing that came to me here. I have deep. I have I have Zen. Okay. So it's oh, so this is the breadth and the depth of our level to find peace. Yeah. I have wake. I didn't even see that originally. Yeah, that'll allow for us to wake up, really. Is it the Great Awakening? I have PI for private investigator. Q&A for quality assurance or question and answer. And it's tied to wake, so it's like when you wake up, you often don't remember all of the things that you've dreamt of, so there's naturally some Q&A paired to that to jog your memory, especially if it was an intense dream, or especially like a moving one. And it's also, if you're looking at quality assurance, it's looking at how we truly like wake up, how we deal with our day when we as we wake up, like from the very, very start. So putting that under like a microscope, because if you're going to look at things in a broader context of your soul development, the awakening of it, we have to start at a very practical level, the core level. So I feel like that's important. But for private investigator. So when we're going deep into, what keeps us like very aligned and at peace, there's a need to like go PI mode in a way where like you're becoming like you're becoming almost like Sherlock Holmes when you go deep within the recesses of who you are and your triggers and why that came to be. So it's not just going hermit mode and like going through the dark night of the soul. It's not just a checklist that you accomplish, but really putting like your heart and soul into the work, to really figuring yourself out, for like a very practical cause, to give yourself peace. Like anybody at 8, like when your systems start to fail, in the physical realm, and you're not as mobile and less able to escape, engage in escapism, that you're forced to stay still and really look at your life and find peace. That the desire has always been there, but none of us like to be forced to do anything. So you might as well start at it while you're in good health to be able to accomplish getting to that place and mediating, independently. And so it's basically a deep dive with you as a primary contact. Sorry, there was 20% battery, so let me just go show you that and then we're done. Okay. So there's that. And I think that's it for tonight. So have a good night. I'll see you all again later. and hopefully that was helpful. No, I know it was. So thank you, angels of love and light, spirit totems, ancestors, higher selves, ascended masters. Thank you, spirit. Okay, I think that's it for now. Oh, and Athena, thank you. Because, you know, the goddess of war, and I think she was like also very involved with other things like artistry, and like there are other things that she's tied into, but I'm getting like homemaker, you know, that she's like the best mother, because of she's got that mama bear capability, as well as like adept in other realms of the household, of you know, also making a living, not just keeping, you know, the household down, you know, keeping that clock ticking. So I feel like she's a very strong force of divine feminine here, and that's the reason why she's able to like show up here to create balance and perspective. I typed up something like to kind of like cheer, you know, just to coach myself as far as like mediating, when it came to like very resistant energies, very like not just scandalous, but like almost unscrupulous energy. And it came to the point of realizing that we need to be able to level up to our higher selves, like make that extra effort to gain perspective, and not just be like so fixed on the point of views and the varying, you know, fragments of it, that when you look at when you move from point of views to an actual like the perspective, it's you'll see that like, how do I say it? Just one is so much more comprehensive and inclusive, and just, you know, not so stagnant within its energy, that it frees one up. All right, that's it for now. Okay, that was the last thing that needs to be said. 8:24 on the clock. Bye for now.